So I started deciding to like set myself goals, and that's when I came up with the 300 people in a year. And here we are. The most that I've slept with in a day is 5.
So to get this straight, this woman's entire goal was basically sleeping around with 300 random dudes, and I'm just thinking, why? What's the reason? Why would you want that? It's almost like she is acting like it's some type of achievement, which it's not. She is not having some gold medal. Hey dudes, it's your boy GenNot. I'm coming back with a new video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be a little bit spicy. I made a video pretty similar a couple weeks ago where I was basically talking about this woman that has a post on Reddit and was saying, oh yeah, I slept around with 36 people. Now because of it, men are judging me when I say it on a date. And I was basically saying, well, that is pretty fair. The dudes have standards, and I was basically showing studies which basically show that if you have a high body count, there's a higher chance that person is gonna have like an affair, this and that. And I got so many hate comments. This is a great one, honestly, to just show on the channel. Someone calls me like a alt-right bigot for basically showing studies and saying, well, body count does matter. So I want to make a pretty similar video just for the people like that. So today's video is going to be about a woman that has slept around with 300 people. She makes the person that I talked about in a previous video look like a queen slash a wifey. 36 does seem like nothing compared with 300. So she's basically being all proud and talking about the fact that 300 different dudes had basically, well, how to say this nicely, a turn with her. So yeah, I think that is going to be a pretty interesting video to be talking about. Before I go into it, I want to take a look at the comment of the day. So someone is saying disgusting. I mean, that's a really great way of describing the previous video that I made about the sugar daddy situation. The woman was basically just milking the dude for like hours and basically getting every single dollar out of him. But having said all of this, let's get started.
People judge me because I slept with 300 people last year. I get a lot of judgment from a lot of different people. You're just a few years away from clinical depression. Nothing empowering about this, just makes you look easy and an STD catcher, being chased by thirsty little boys.
I mean, you can say that the people that are writing those comments are going too far and are just being mean, but I do think it is interesting that the things they are actually saying is pretty much true. There is a bigger chance of this woman catching a disease because obviously there can be one person out of the 300 people she has slept with that has some weird disease. So I do think you need to be really careful if you're doing something like that. I think we can all agree with that. And obviously the second thing is that the fact that this is obviously something we can call an addiction, and obviously something that must be really bad for your mental health. Not only that, she posted this herself on her social media, so I think it's only fair that people start criticizing her for it, obviously, because this is not healthy, normal behavior. I know there are gonna be some people that are gonna say, well, it's her life, she should do with it what she wants to do with it. I do agree with that, but we can still say that this behavior is obviously unhealthy and pretty destructive for your mental health.
I'm Annie. People judge me because I slept with 300 people last year, but I don't care. I first started doing spicy content in 2020. It was during COVID. I saw some girls on TikTok talking about all the money they were making, and I thought, that sounds pretty easy. It's now been 4 years and I absolutely love it.
It's almost like your boy can see the future, because when I was taking a look at the title of this video and basically, you know, seeing the first couple 10 seconds, I was thinking by myself, this girl must have an OnlyFans. Well, here's the answer. She does have an OnlyFans. I think everyone is so surprised that a woman that has slept around with 300 people has an OnlyFans as well. And it's really interesting that she said in the beginning, well, people judge me, but I don't care. I do think I must call a little bit cap on that, because I think deep down, you must care at some level.
When I first started, I was earning about $9,000 a month, and now I earn about $250,000 a month. So right now I'm just setting up my stage, I guess, for my job. I'm pretty simple when it comes to filming content. I like to just use my tripod and I like to keep things pretty personal.
That is absolutely so much money, but you need to understand something about spicy content. That is only the 1% of the OnlyFans creators that make that amount of money. The average girl from like a small town is probably making like $50 or something. You need to understand that before the person that is working 9 to 5 gets like a breakdown. That's only a small group of people that makes that amount of money. It's the same way you see like an actor in Hollywood making like 20 million. You need to understand like the small actor from like a small town is making maybe, you know, a couple $100. It's obviously only the small group of people that make this amount of money. It isn't like everyone is making that, because obviously if that would be the case, everyone would be doing this.
So I started deciding to like set myself goals, and that's when I came up with the 300 people in a year. And here we are. The most that I've slept with in a day is 5.
So to get this straight, this woman's entire goal was basically sleeping around with 300 random dudes, and I'm just thinking, why? What's the reason? Why would you want that? It's almost like she is acting like it's some type of achievement, but it's not. She is not having some gold medal.
I've had like very mixed reactions to my sleeping with 300 people in a year. Some people have been super supportive, like, go girl, you do you, slay. And then I've had the majority of people judging me, saying that I'm riddled with STIs and that I'm not safe. And
isn't that a little bit toxic of saying slay, you do you girl? Because basically what they're saying, oh yeah, just keep doing your addiction, which doesn't sound too good. Maybe some people are going to say, oh yeah, it's not an addiction, she's enjoying herself. And I'm thinking by myself, bruh, that's a little bit gross, isn't it? We aren't talking about like 4 or 5 people, we talk about 300 people in 1 year. She basically is having a new dude each day, and she was even saying, oh yeah, I had 5 dudes in 1 day. Yeah, I think you should be pretty concerned if that's your friend or that's your daughter. And I don't think it's good that you're gonna say, oh yeah, slay, you do you girl. It sounds a little bit toxic. Maybe that is just your boy. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
what are your thoughts on the number of guys that I slept with last year?
All I can say is I know you very well, and I feel like you know what you're doing. Perhaps you want to try to show that a woman can have control of what she does in her life, that she can say no, she can say yes. Consent is such an issue at the moment. Maybe it's not bad for men to see that.
So now they started asking the mother of the girl, what do you think about the amount of people she has slept with? And she is saying, oh yeah, I know, she knows what she's doing, she's in control. And then she's even making some feminist speeches saying, oh yeah, consent is important. And I'm thinking by myself, nah, that's not really a good reaction. I think as a parent you should be saying, I'm pretty concerned, it seems to be an addiction, this is not healthy for you, you need to be careful, maybe you're gonna have a disease, because 300 people, well, there always can be one person that has something. I feel like the parent of this girl should have been much more concerned. I haven't seen the father in this video, I don't know the relationship she's having with the father, but he doesn't want to speak about it or something. But having said all of this, now I want to take a look at some of the comments. So someone is saying, when you look back at your life, you don't want to look back at 300 people that you did the thing with. I do agree with that. She was almost acting like it was some type of achievement, sleeping with 300 people. She was even saying that it was her goal. I don't know what she's expecting. Is she expecting some type of medal or like world record? I don't know, man, but yeah, I find it really strange that she was saying that it was her goal. But what do you think about all this? Leave it in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to press the like button, helps with the algorithm, and I will see you all in the next video.